I think that self-trust is one of the most vital and crucial roles when it comes to self-confidence and trust in relationships and with other people. If you don't have self-trust, you're much less able to trust other people, and therefore your own opinions, your own feelings, or even your own body feelings. Like, self-trust is super crucial when it comes to your journey and your life path. So what happens when people don't have self-trust, especially when they come out of some sort of abusive relationship or addiction, they kind of lose their entirety of listening to their body or their mind or their intuition, because it is completely wiped out because they have focused so much on suppressing their own feelings to stay in a particular relationships, or they have given their opinions, thoughts, feelings to their addiction. So this entity or addiction has thought for them. So now that when they don't have it anymore, they are completely lost. So this is completely understandable, but however, your self-trust navigation is not completely off track. So a helpful video, if you would like to look at this one, it is called 5 Rules I Use for Myself When Meeting New People, and it's about safe people and what safe people look like. So I talk a lot about safe people and healthy people because healthy and safe people are able to trust themselves. So when it comes to not trusting yourself, obviously someone in your life that is not healthy has told you repeatedly that you are not a trustworthy person, or has completely minimized every aspect of yourself. So when you come out of this relationship, you obviously still have this nagging feeling about you. So it's really helpful to, when you don't have any clue of how you are going to trust yourself, it is helpful to do things that you actually enjoy. Not work or to get something out of it, it's to actually enjoy them. Like if you like swinging, or if you like mountain climbing, or if you like driving, like do more of those things, because what happens is, even if someone, say, plays guitar, and they're not very good at playing guitar, but they play it because they enjoy it, they are going to be more relaxed, and because they enjoy it, they're going to be more willing and more opening to themselves and to learning how to play guitar, and therefore build more self-trust because they enjoy it and they feel confident in themselves. It's kind of like a natural confidence, kind of like someone that doesn't really know how to sew, but they really enjoy sewing, but they like it so much that they pick it up more quickly, so therefore they build more confidence, or a mini form of self-trust. The reason why people don't feel comfortable with self-trust is because they feel like they're going to make a mistake. Everybody makes mistakes, and there's not one person out there that's perfect. So if you find that you are not able to trust yourself, it takes time, and this ability will come naturally as you practice it. People that want to build self-trust, it's helpful to obviously be around people that appreciate your opinion. Like, if you're not around people that don't appreciate your opinion or don't feel that you have anything to offer, then chances are you're not going to trust yourself. A lot of times we get into these relationships or these situations that we know are bad, and to keep the relationship or the situation or the job or whatever that we don't really want to be in going for some psychological or conscious reason, we have to suppress our feelings, because if we didn't suppress our feelings, then we would not be able to continue with this particular situation. So my next a helpful tip along my journey and what I've seen in other people is to, if something doesn't feel right to you, then don't do it. Even if it feels completely not conventional, or even if you don't happen to not like your job, if it makes you miserable, then don't do it, because the more you do something that you don't like, you're going to be completely lost in other aspects of your life. This also goes into why a lot of people feel lost in their life, or their navigation is off, is because they're not listening to any form about them. They don't listen to their body. Some people have a hard time listening to when they're hungry. They have trouble trusting themselves in relationships because they're constantly suppressing their own emotions or their own opinion or even their own thoughts because someone has told them that it is wrong. So chances are, if somebody tells you that something is wrong or something is wrong with you, chances are they shouldn't be your friend or you shouldn't be in a relationship with them. Relationships and people have a lot to do with how we trust ourselves. So it's so important to be in a relationship or friends with someone that really appreciates like all of your opinions and all of your beliefs and all of who you are, because it's going to develop a lot of lack of self-trust if you don't. Another personal tip that I have when developing self-trust is when we act on impulse, that is going to lower the self-trust. And all impulse is basically fear. When we act on impulse, it's basically greed, which is a form of fear. Basically, we're not going to get it again. We feel that we're not going to get it again, so we kind of act on it quickly. This is a mini form of not trusting yourself, because you normally, when you make an impulsive buy or eat something impulsively, or do something impulsively, it's because you feel that it's out of fear. So when you're in a fearful state, you're not completely listening to yourself or your body or your intuition. So if you live a life out of impulsive behavior, you're not going to develop a lot of self-trust. So when it comes, if you are a person that has a hard time with compulsive or impulsive behavior, it is because not only you're living in fear, but you're not listening to yourself, so it's going to limit your self-trust and your trust with other people. So if you are, let's say, on a specific diet, and you're, say, on the Atkins diet or the South Beach diet or whatever, and you find something that's outside of this diet and you find yourself compulsively eating it and you feel bad afterwards, it's very helpful to actually be very conscious when you are thinking these thoughts, which are rather quickly, and to say, even if you grab whatever that is that's not in the diet, like a donut or a muffin, consciously grab it and eat it, because that way you're not so much in a impulsive behavior or a compulsiveness, and it will develop a little bit more of the feelings and the thoughts that go with it. Like, even if you happen to go off the diet, at least you're not doing it out of not thinking or feeling, so therefore you're going to be more conscious or aware, and you are going to develop at least a little bit more of a self-trust. Self-trust is so crucial when it comes to relationships, because it also has to do with communication, and humans are communication oriented, even if it's not with language. So if you are with somebody that you feel like you can't communicate, that's a sign of lack of self-trust. And if you find that you are not able to communicate with other people in a healthy manner, that is also a symptom of self-trust. It is going to rain here, but I really appreciate you guys being with me in this beautiful greenness and this beautiful plant beings, and I really hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.